Today's video is obviously a Chimera class setup video, but I wanted to break down my thought process in today's video and explain why I made the plays that I made, and also explain a little bit of my movement whenever I'm fighting or, you know, just getting out of fights. So getting into it, we see a guy flying in. Now, if you guys notice, or if you watch like any high level players, a lot of times what we do is that we abuse like the audio system. So what we'll do is like we'll walk and then we'll jump, because obviously, you know, if you're jumping, you can't make footstep audio. And when you land, you hardly hear that. So what you want to do is just mix in a little bit of like ADS walking. You might jump, you might, you know, just walk regular a little bit up until you get close enough to where you can go into like a full sprint, to where it doesn't really matter if they hear you or not, because by that time it might be too late for them to even have the time to react, or they may be busy swapping guns, looting, or whatever. And now, since I got the thirst on this guy and seen the radar ping, it allowed me to choose what I wanted to do next. So if you guys notice, I can see him moving on the screen. So I'm pretty sure he went through that back door, the very first one. If you guys notice, I took a second to see exactly if he was like fully committed to going inside, and he did. So that gave me time to just run back here, play it up. And if you guys notice, if you dive right here, if you dive on like corner of the ledges and stuff like that, you maintain whatever animation you're going through. So like if I was to reload my gun and dive on the corner of a ledge, I would just bounce off of it and continue reloading. I'm gonna just let this play out, then we can go back a little bit. So right here, we're dealing with two different teams. Like it got a little hectic. After we got this third team, it got really hectic. So once again, we're just going in here, dive off the corner of the ledge, maintain our plate animation. We reload our gun because I know a lot of people are gonna be flying down. This guy, I'm pretty sure, was not a part of this team, of the guy that was chasing me. We don't have to even get that thirst. And then, I mean, that's just reaction time. The guy flew out of there. There's not really much you can do. You just have to deal with him while he's right there. But now right here, we wanted to see if the guy inside finally, you know, decided to make a move on us. I was checking the windows to see if he will pop out the windows, but for some reason he didn't. The guy was either scared or just clueless. And then he just ended up coming through the back door. So now we just get our thirst, reposition behind the car, make him chase us, and then, you know, we just smoke him. Because if I was to take this fight right here, like on his terms, I probably would have died. If I was like to try to thirst him and then transfer over to him, I'm probably dead right there. So we just reset the fight. If you guys notice, I drop shot a little bit to finish off that thirst. I drop shot to get out of his line of sight so he can't actually shoot me, and we go around the car, and then when he chows, we can, you know, jump out and jump shot him a little bit. And right here, we're just using the staircase as a heady. So hopefully all that made sense so far. And I feel like there wasn't really much else I could have done in that situation right there. Like for each gunfight, you just have to deal with it, you know, as they present themselves, especially since you're out in the open dealing with like two different teams. And now right here, where I don't really remember what I was trying to do here. Obviously, you know, I'm looking for more people to shoot, but I feel like if I wanted to get more kills, I should be like moving to different areas. Luckily for us though, this guy was just out in the open, and his teammates like having some overwatch for him. Like I don't really understand players that play like this. But as we got that thirst, it tells us what we need to do next, and we can push this guy right here since he's closer, and it seems like it's gonna be like an easier target or easier fight than shooting the guy inside that building. Because I have a Chimera. This gun is really only good long range up to like 40-50 meters, because the bullet velocity is pretty bad. But this guy was like on a bomb drone or something. So pretty much just a easy kill right there. So skipping ahead, we get a UAV from here, and this tells us what else we need to do. And you know, since I already knew this area pretty much, and I knew there was a team back here still, I just popped the UAV and I go to challenge. Luckily for us, this guy was rotating out early, and then his teammates are still up top sitting in buildings. Like teams like this just piss me off. Pretty much when you're dealing with a team like that, the best thing you can do is just to rotate around and fight a different team. Like there's no point in wasting your time, because that's pretty much all that you can get out of that. Is just your time wasted, or you just eventually die because you lose patience and you make a dumb push. But now I take the zip, and I didn't leave this area because I knew it was still a hot zone. I just decided not to fight that team in those buildings behind me. We're just focused on the teams further ahead. And now this guy flew in, but he like disappeared out of nowhere. So Right now, we're just pretty much looking for him, and we ended up killing somebody else because the guy I was looking for was like a blue skin. And now there were footsteps behind us. We just get up top, get some cover, try to play it up. And pretty much you have to understand what building you're in. Like the only way to get up to where I'm at is if they climb where I just climbed from. So, you know, we're just watching that area just in case. All right, jumping ahead a little bit. We try to rotate out of here finally, just, you know, get to a new area, fight new people, new teams. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, this guy flew back in. So we just go ahead and track him down. And this is just like a simple 1v1 kill. Right now we're just looking for him, listening for audio. Ended up seeing him. Easy kill. No, rotate out. And now my rotations, it depends on where I'm at, if there's zips next to me, but I like to go to residential. I like to go to, you know, farms have been really hot lately, apartments, castle, and the spot that I was just at. So pretty much all like the main POIs. Like all those spots are good rotation spots if you want to get a lot of kills and pick people off. And now with these kills here, like these past few kills, I wish there was like a secret I can tell you guys about it, but really when they just pop up in front of your screen like that, you don't really have the time to think about, oh, I should probably do this or I should do that. You literally just have to deal with them while they're there and just pretty much pray for the best. Now unless it's like two of them that pop up at you at the same time, and you have the option to maybe like jump down, reposition, run away, then you can do that. But for the most part, if it's just like a 1v1, just deal with them while you're there and just pray that you have the better reaction time and aim. And most of the time with close range fights like that, when they just pop up out of nowhere, like my movement going into it, it's pretty much muscle memory. Like some of the time I'm thinking about what I should do, but other times I really don't have the time to even make that decision. So that just comes from experience and just playing the game and just you know, just being used to doing it all these years. So that's why sometimes I may just naturally crouch shot, like I'll go into a crouch and then stand back up, or jump shot, or just drop shot. And skills like that you pretty much just learn from playing multiplayer, so you get in constant repetition with fighting enemies. And as we're pushing over here to investigate, you know, like the gunshots, the fighting that's going on over here, I'm trying not to expose myself too much. So if you guys notice, I'm peeking the ledge, but I'm not like fully committing to it. And also I'm keeping my setting where I'm thinking people may be at, so it's easier to snap onto them. But as we're over here, we end up getting shot from our left. And now I try to rotate around, and just from game sense, I'm assuming that he's on top of the rocks or somewhere on the rocks. So once again, my centering is like, you know, right there. But my teammate's laser is pointing this way, so that led me to believe that he's inside somehow. And I'm assuming he went around and jumped up the dumpster. Ooh, like right where I'm at. This is kind of what I mean about the Chimera. You guys see, like you can literally see the what do you call it, like the bullets flying through the wind. Like, you can see that effect. And that's how you know a gun has bad bullet velocity. Like if you're able to see that and see how badly you're missing, that's how you know. But this gun is still really good, especially for a small map like this. But we're rotating over here to get a buyback, and yeah, there was somebody on the buy right there. You know, you're just working on your centering. Make sure your centering is where you're expecting somebody to be at. And I want to explain this. This is a move I got from the CDL players. So let me go back really quick, back to the center. So if you guys notice, my centering is like, you know, human level pretty much. So it doesn't really take me that much time to snap onto somebody. But now right here, we see him. A lot of the CDL pros, what they do is they do like a half peek, or like they barely peek, but then they go into a drop shot directly after. And that move is so crazy, bro. Nobody really expects you to do that. All right, teammates here. So now we can just take our time. I probably should have played it up. I thought I did, and I couldn't get to that window, man. That window kicks my ass every time. Yeah, see right there, I thought I was good for a res. Like, you can't really predict that. Like, bro just got done fighting, and then he instantly runs around the corner, like, with the gas moving in. Maybe he was trying to buy something, I don't know. But as we're rotating out, this is pretty much just understanding numbers. Like, there's two teams left, and there's a lot of shots flying off over here. So I'm assuming that the last two teams are in front of me. So what we're gonna do is just play our left side, play the side that we know is safe, And there our teammates are already at. Now the guy that I originally pinged is still back there causing trouble. You see, he almost killed my teammate. So what we're doing is just getting on his level, making sure he doesn't get like an early rotation, and also get him off that head glitch. So now we can take that head glitch and hold the team in that was, you know, to our left. There's one behind you, about to build him. And this is pretty much it, man. I really hope this video helped you guys out. At least like make you guys see how to play Warzone a little bit differently, or just think a little bit differently. And if this video did help you out, just make sure you guys drop me a like, subscribe if you're new. But if it did not, let me know down in the comments why not, and let's get into the class setup. Lately I've been seeing a lot of CHIMERA like movement builds or SMG builds. And honestly, this gun is not made to be a SMG. It literally has assault rifle movement, so you know you're just gonna get outbeat by a lot of SMGs up close. The best way that you can run this gun, it's like having to be just like a mid-range operating weapon. So with a weapon like this, you want to keep this between 0 and about 45-50 meters at most. And then if you pair this gun with like an MP5, like the gun I had in today's video, this whole setup just makes you like very dominant within close range. And speaking of our secondary, if you guys want that build, make sure you click on this video right here.